What's up, family? I'm on my way to get a bike ride in. I just clocked out of work and the wifey is home, but she's doing her thing, doing her hair and stuff. And I cannot say that I would be doing the same thing. So I need to get my bike ride in. It's so weird because I took my hearing aids out, and I can barely hear myself talking. I can barely check. All I hear is my voice vibrating. If I close off my left ear, I can't hear it clear on my right. Check. I can barely hear it on my left. Dang! So when I'm talking, it sounds like I have to talk louder, even though I probably don't. So I apologize if I'm yelling. So what do you guys think about the new update to War Robots? And for those of y'all who play PUBG Mobile, what do you guys think about the new update that just rolled out? They actually both came out the same time. The same day. They didn't come out at the same time. PUBG Mobile came out last night, I'd say about 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me, Penny, and Dark, so me, Brian, and Mike, and Majin, we signed out, I'd say about like 10:30-ish. And me being as impatient as I am, I kept hitting refresh to find out if the update dropped. And sure enough, it dropped around like 11:30 p.m. And after downloading it, I ran a quick solo match. Yo, those graphics. I'm on my iPad Pro, the 10.5 inch from, I would say, probably 2015, 16, maybe even 17. I don't know. It's around that time. It's the first Pro. I use that one predominantly because of the screen size is a lot easier for me to play the claw, the 4-finger claw. And I don't use I couldn't even hear that truck pass by. Golly, my hearing is bad. I don't use my 12.9 inch because the screen is so big and it's hard for me to comfortably place my fingers, my thumbs and my index fingers. But yeah, I played it on my 10.5 inch. Fantastic graphics. But then I realized that one doesn't support the 90 frames per second FPS. 90! So I downloaded it on my iPad Pro, and yo, that is dope. So now I'm able to use my iPad screen recorder to download or to record that game, and not being able to recognize dropped frames. So I'm super excited about that. And I was looking at the War Robots graphics, and the graphics are really dope. You know, of course, the biggest issue is not the graphics, it's not the drones, it's the nerfing of the weapons that I and you and probably everyone else have depleted our entire resource of silver and gold. Silver for the weapons, and then the gold for the pilot skills. So now all those nerfed weapons and bots that have those pilot skills, they're not obsolete, but they're not as effective. And it's negative reinforcement to keep that is, instead of upgrading, or not upgrading, changing the bot weapon combination, and then the skill, and then you're gonna have to change the skills, so that's even more gold. And then you have the introduction of the drones, and all of this stuff. I'm looking at it from a couple of matches that I played. All this stuff really does remind me of in life. You're building all these skills and talents, these micro skills. I forgot the learning process that happens. There's a specific name for it, where you learn one thing, and that one thing builds upon another thing that you learn, which builds upon another thing that you learn, and now you have all these micro skills that add up to a more meso skill, a little bit bigger, or a macro skill, big picture. So that water's good. I had, all this was ice when I left the house, and when I started this video, I just left my house to come here, and now 100% of the ice is melted. This is gonna be good. I think the water is gonna be still cold. It's gonna be cool. It's about 96 degrees out. But yeah. So that being said, before I put on my AirPods and I roll, it really does make me look at all that I just said about the skills that build upon skills, where it happens in life like that, where you've acquired all these skills and you decide to keep those skills, but as those skills age, and as you age, as I age, and we no longer use those skills, most of those skills become irrelevant. They're not useful anymore. It's like belief systems where you live. Like, I used to live in a neighborhood where I had to watch my back. I had to present myself in a specific posture. I had to speak a specific way. I had to hang around a bunch of people that were a specific demeanor. And this was all to prevent myself from being a victim of, being jumped, or being isolated as the prey in a pack of wolves. You know what I'm saying? But as time goes on, get older. That sucks. She just dropped her iPhone. Apple Care. You go off to school, or you change the place that you live. Maybe you no longer, like I myself, I don't no longer live in an area where I have to, watch my back in that specific way. I don't hang around people. I'm not saying that I'm a loner, but I'm saying that I've recognized that I don't need a pack with me. I'm 40 years old. Like, knowing back then, I knew how to fight. Now I definitely know how to fight. I don't go and seek out a specific reaction from people. Like, if I see somebody bullying somebody else, I'm more quick to jump in to protect the person that's being bullied, but I don't go in with the same aggression, knowing that I'm going to get aggression back, and that's going to give me an excuse to fight. I don't believe in that anymore. And so therefore, those old belief systems that I had back in the day, pilot skills and weapons, all that stuff in the game, no longer serve me in the time that I am in my life right now. But I know that they exist if I give attention to them. Like, if I keep those pilot skills on my bot or whatever, I'm knowing that I'm holding my bot back. And if I have to invest resources in changing those pilot skills, those resources are time spent and resources, which is also time spent. And it could be monetary value. I might have to pay for an e-course. I might have to pay for a college course. I might have to buy a book, or I have to barter, to learn a new skill. And that's no different than, investing gold and silver in those pilot skills. So I have to invest capital, my time capital or emotional capital or monetary capital, whatever, to update my bot. So, man, so I was looking at all this stuff and I'm like, man, this is another metaphor for life. Yeah, it's going to suck. And things that are, when you have to pursue anything in life to upgrade, it doesn't just show up by osmosis. It doesn't just like show up already updated for you, like Neo when he was in the Matrix, like being able to plug a wire into the back of his head and wake up and be like, I know Kung Fu. No, it doesn't work like that. So if we're in an area in our lives where we're not happy about the skills that we currently have, we have to upgrade. We have to figure out, what is the capital that we need? Just like with those drones, we have to figure out, okay, well, if I want a drone, I need to find out what it's going to take for me to get that drone. Well, if it takes microchips, what is it going to take for me to get microchips? What resource do I need to get those chips? And what will those chips give me? It's the same thing with life. I have to know what it is that I want to get out of whatever it is that wherever I'm putting my energy towards. I need to know what I'm going to get from it, because if I'm not going to get as much as I'm putting in, I need to change course or change direction or change focus or something like that. You know what I mean? It's so relevant. It really is. And also the other thing is not staying around people that are constantly, naysaying or constantly like bringing you down, complaining and stuff. It's like, it's okay to complain. It's okay to naysay, but don't stay there too long. Because if the storm's coming in and you're standing in the middle of the field just complaining, which is, equivalent to just not having shelter, then you've got to get moving. You can't stay there too long. So if the situation is that, financially you're not able to pay your bills, or you just lost a job, or just lost an opportunity, or just lost a relationship, it's like, yes, complain, get it out. Don't keep it in. But don't stay there too long. It's important to keep your feet moving. Keep going. But you have to know where you're going, because it's like it's like blindfolded in the middle of a field when a storm is coming. It's like, yeah, it's okay to be out in the middle of the field just keeping your toes in the sand or the grass or the sand spurs. But you, at some point, you got to take the blindfold off and look around you to see where the nearest shelter is and run towards that shelter and keep that blindfold off. Don't keep it on. And keeping it on is equivalent to just being in a state of ignorance or not knowing, or just not pursuing a higher version of yourself, a healthier version of yourself, a higher version of yourself, a stronger, healthier, happier, all that stuff. It's like it all feeds into each other. It's like all these different pilot skills feeds the bot to make the bot even more powerful. Well, then you have the bot, you have the pilot skills, you have your thumb and your eyes and your ears being able to problem solve on the fly, and then you have your drones. All of that stuff adds, and they're multipliers. They make you stronger. Being able to problem solve, being able to take all your goals, needs, and wants, your past experiences and what you want to achieve, and figure out, what the fudge you're to do next. Taking all that into account multiplies you, makes you stronger, makes you happier, makes you healthier, makes you more aware of what cause and effects are occurring. So, I just wanted to drop that on you. I know I'm talking way too much, but yeah, man, it's these updates, these little patches and stuff. It's a metaphor for life, that's for sure. Because you get bored if everything stayed the same, if there wasn't no newness. And human beings are predictable. We are predictable as heck. Like in PUBG, it's like clockwork. If someone peeks to the right side of a wall and takes a shot at you, or you take a shot at them, and they're peeking on the right side of the wall, chances are they're going to re-peek on the right side of the wall. Time after time after time. And the smart players don't do that. If they peek on the right side of the wall and they take a shot at you, meaning they take a shot, or they take a shot from you, the smart players aren't going to peek on the right side of the wall again. They might go inside of a building and go prone and get next to a window and see where you're at if you're still there, which you probably will be. And they'll pop up, take a shot, and hopefully it's not a headshot. We're predictable. We're not going to change our weapons. We're not going to change our pilot skills. We're not going to change our strategy unless they do it for us. They're just changing the environment. They're just changing the environment that we operate in, and it's our jobs to adapt and overcome. It's not going to be easy, but nothing that's worthy in life of your time and attention should be easy. You guys are awesome. You guys shouldn't be settling for anything less than awesome. So adapt and overcome. That's all I got to say, y'all. Adapt and overcome. Tomorrow's gonna be a today soon, and today's gonna be a yesterday, which means tomorrow will be a yesterday. What are we gonna put our energy towards? Our emotional, our spiritual, our physical, our mental, like all that. What are we gonna put our energy to? Are we gonna put our energy into, stewing in the middle of a field when the storm is coming? I don't think any of y'all do it. Some of us do it. I'm guilty of it. Or we're going to take our blindfold off and effing move with a sense of urgency to that place that we can find refuge, so we can take an inventory of what we got, what we should get, and what we have had, and plan for the storm, because it's not gonna last forever. We'll overcome it. We'll get through it. We always do. I love y'all. And no matter where you are in the world, I hope you, your friends, and your family are happy, healthy, and safe. Now, a brother man got to get a workout in because I don't even know what time it is. Now I do. It's 5 till 7, 10 till 7. I got to get back soon because I got to get on this pub jizzle, baby. And this war robot, baby. Man, just so y'all can see what I see. And I always take that one key off so I don't have to carry it. Man, look at this. It's a beautiful, beautiful sky. But that sun is going to be setting soon. Y'all are important. You're all important to me. You should be important to yourself, and you're important to somebody that loves and cares about you, maybe even depends on you for their own survival. So level up.